Sometimes I'm right and I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then
Welcome to the 1st through 4th grade poetry show. Rhythms of poetry and people, many feet create one beat.
Tonight, the 1st grade performance will show us that it takes friendship and cooperation to make the many rhythms in life. Many feet create one beat.
The 2nd grade performance will show us why it's important for people to celebrate their similarities and differences. Many feet create one beat.
The 3rd graders will share poems about various people and places across the United States in celebrations of our country's 250th birthday. Many feet create one beat.
Finally, our 4th grade class will share poems that show our different human feelings. All people need ways to express themselves, and the emotions we feel are what connects us. Many feet create one beat.
And everyday people, there is a blue one and it's a green one for everyone, the bad ones trying to be a screen. Different strokes for different ones, and still on the score, it's shine. We gotta live together.
And we love it. We all the same. Forever to me. To know me again. Still big together. And I will smile. Every day we are going.
My own beliefs are in my soul. Makes no difference what my side. And everyday people, there is a blue and it's a green for the bad ones trying to be a screen. Different strokes for different folks. It's slow on it's slow on it's we are together.
And together. And we are here. We are the same. Forever to know me again. Still big together. And I will smile.
Every day more.
How do you say that? they say amico. The Danish word is then. Italians say amico. In Afrikaans, it's friend. The Maltese say habib, while French folks say ami. The Irish word is cara. Swahili, rafiki. In different countries, friendship may have a different name, but though the spelling's different, the meaning is the same. Friendship is a flower by Douglas Florian. Friendship is a flower. You have to let it grow. You really cannot rush it. You have to take it slow. Friendship is a flower. You have to give it room so it can grow the deepest roots and marvelously bloom. I Like You by Douglas Florian. I like you when you listen. I like you when you talk. I like you when you whistle. I like you when we walk. I like you when we wrestle. I like you when we race. I like you when you tell a joke. Make a funny face. I like you when we play all day or when the play must end. But most of all, I like you because you are my friend. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver but keep the old. Man is silver but keep the old. Man is silver but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. Messing around on the monkey bars by Betsy Franco. Time for recess. Here we are, messing around on the monkey bars. Hand over hand, fast or slow, calling to our friends below. Skipping 2 bars, skipping 3, dangling down by just our knees. Swinging up above the ground, and missing bars and tumbling down. Hooting, howling, here we are, messing around on the monkey bars. Drum Roll Ride by J. Patrick Lewis. Feet that feel good fly, toes that feel good tap, hands that feel good clap, fingers that feel good snap, arms that feel good swing, lungs that feel good sing, heels that feel good click, legs that feel good kick. Eyes that feel good wink, heads that feel good think, feet that feel good fly, off the ground, goodbye. Jump, rope, jingle by Betsy Franco. Come on in, I'll jump with you, it's double fun to jump with 2. Jump, jump, spin around, jump, jump, spin around. Turn to the east, turn to the west, to the one you like best. Jump, jump, ABC, jump, jump, 1, 2, 3. Turn the circles, keep the beat, feel the rhythm in your feet. Back or back, by Betsy Franco. Bounce, 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 bounce. dribble.
Bounce, bounce.
Ask to fish.
Bounce, bounce.
To the basket.
Bounce, bounce.
Here's a swish.
Bounce, bounce.
Dribble, dribble.
Bounce, bounce.
Pass to Ben.
Bounce, bounce.
Hit the backboard.
Bounce, bounce.
Open it.
Bounce, bounce.
Dribble, dribble.
Bounce, bounce.
Take the shot.
Bounce, bounce.
It's the buzzer.
Bounce, bounce.
Yeah, we're hard.
Bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce. Bounce. Bim bum, bim bum. Bitty, bitty bum. Bitty bum. Bitty, bitty bum. Bim bum. Bim bum, bim bum. Bitty, bitty bum. Bitty bum. Bitty, bitty bum. Bim bum. Bim bum, bim bum. Bitty, bitty bum. Bitty bum. Bitty, bitty bum. Bim bum. Bim bum, bim bum. Bitty, bitty bum. Bitty bum. Bitty, bitty bum. Bim bum. Dominoes by Anna Gross-Nickel Hines. On this earth we are connected. One to another, 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 such that happens to all of us. Hands by Marilyn Singer.
One and one
And one.
and one.
Dead ladies. Dead crickets. One antelope. Ant picking up.
Can't drop this meal to his nest.
But one.
And one.
And one. And one. Together we tell.
Together we know.
Any time of day this is so. One.
And one.
And one.
And one.
Is the best way to get things done. The Meerkats of Africa by Gavin Gilbert. Meerkats travel about in packs. They don't hate lives. They're really not cats at all, but a monkeys.
They have great capabilities. Make no mistake. A meerkat can kill a scorpion or even a snake.
They rescue each other's children and have lookouts when they're feeding.
And a system of babysitters, the kind of cooperation that the human race is needing.
The Furry Ones by Eileen Fisher. I like the furry ones, the wacky ones, the furry ones, the hoppy ones that curly, the classy ones, the saucy ones, the sleepy ones, the leafy ones, the mousy ones that scurry, the smelly ones, the ugly ones, the never, ever ugly ones, all soft, all warm, and furry. I like
See you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Gotta go, buffalo. Can't stay, blue jay. Bye-bye, butterfly. Adios, hippos. Toodaloo, kangaroo. See you there, polar bear. And a wild reptile. Adieu, cockatoo. Roll kiss, glowfish. Catch a hog, ladybug. Thumbs up, little pup. Happy cat, kitty cat. Pasta manana, iguana. Gotta skip, little dude. Hit the trail, little snail. Out the door, dinosaur. And then shake, rattlesnake. Gotta swish, jellyfish. In a line, porcupine. On the road, little toad. See ya soon, raccoon. Till then, penguin. Take care, polar bear. Good night, Birchwood friends. Tiny feet make laundry. Well, we can do it better. Well, we can do it faster. Well, we can do it even faster. Stop. You guys sound like a bunch of sneeches. Like Dr. Seuss's Sneeches. Presenting the Sneeches by Dr. Seuss. Now the star-belly Sneeches have berries or stars. The plain-belly Sneeches have none upon stars. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small. You might think such thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneeches would brag. We're the best kind of sneak on the beaches! With their snoots in the air, they would sniff, and they'd snook. We'll have nothing to do with the plain-belly swords! And whenever they met someone they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly Sneeches had none upon theirs. When the star-belly Sneeches had frankfurter roasts, or picnics or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain belly Sneeches. They left them out cold of the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near. And that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day it seems while the plain-belly Sneeches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. My friends, he announced in a voice clear and keen. My name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie, and I've come here to help you. I have what you need. My prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed. Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine, and he said, "You want stars like a star-belly Sneech? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. To pay me your money, and I'll print a board." So they clambered inside, and the big machine roared, and it clunked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burped, and it bopped them about.
But the thing really worked. When the plain belly sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start.
We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter party. Good grief!
Only the ones who had stars at the front.
We're still the best sneezes and they're the worst. But now, how in the world will we know if which kind is what or the other way around? Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think, so you don't know who's who." That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do?
I'll make you again the best sneetches on beaches, and all will cost you is $10 each. Belly stars are no longer in style,
Said McBean.
What you need is a trip through my star off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like sneetches who have them on theirs.
And the handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then with snoops in the air, they paraded about and they opened their beaks and let out a shout. We know who's who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of sneetches are sneetches without. Then of course those stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now is frightfully bad. Then of course Sylvester McMonkey McBean and throw it down into his star off machine. And of course from then on, as you probably guessed, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day on those wild screaming beaches, the chappie kept fixing up sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machine they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. Then in every last cent of their money was spent, they kept paying money, they kept running through till they knew the plane of the star that is new. Whether this one was that one or that one was this one, or which one was what one or what one was who. Then when every last cent of their money was spent, the fixer of Chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They never will learn. No, you can't teach us neat. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the sneetches got quite very spoiled on that day. The day they decided that sneetches are sneetches, and no kind of sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the sneetches forgot about stars and really had one or not upon theirs. I have an idea. Instead of arguing who is better, we could all look and act exactly the same. We could all make one beat like this. No, that's so boring. Plus, remember how confused Mrs. McCabe got with all her boys named Dave? Please, that Dave, Dr. Seuss's too many Daves. Did I ever tell you that Mrs. McCabe had 23 sons and she named them all Dave? Well, she did. And that wasn't a very smart thing to do. You see, when she wants one and calls out, "Yoo-hoo, come into the house, Dave!" she doesn't get one. All of 23 days of hers come on the run. Mommy! This makes things quite difficult at the McCabe's, as you can imagine, with so many days. And often she wishes that when they were born, she named one of them Bodkin Van Horn, and one of them Goose, and one of them Smith, and one of them Hot Shot, and one Sunny Jim, and one of them Shadrach, and one of them Blinky, and one of them Stuffy, and one of them Stinky, another one Hot Pot,
one moon face.
Another one Marvin of gravel balloon face.
Another one Ziggy. And one Soggy Muff. One Buffalo Bill. And one Buffalo Buff.
And one of them Sleepy. And one Weepy. And one Harris Garter.
And one Harris Tweed. And one of them Sir Michael Carmichael Zut.
And one of them Oliver Bolivar Butt. And one of them Zanzibar Bobo McFace.
But she didn't do it. And now it's too late. So if everyone was exactly alike, it would be boring and confusing. But if we can't all be the same, how should we be?
We should be like the Sneetches at the end of their poem. We should remember that we are all the same in some ways, but we should also celebrate how we are different too. Our differences makes the world a more interesting place. Rose Linsky shows us that in her poem, people.
Tall people,
Short people.
big people,
Small.
ladies so dainty, wearing a shawl.
Shy people. Dumpy people.
Men dressed in brown.
These
make a sound. So our many feet can make one beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. American Town by Diane Seaver on open plains and deserts dry, near ocean shores on mountain high.
Beside the lakes and perched on hills are birds and dales and vales and mills.
The towns across the USA, whose names are fun to see and say.
Cocoa Toast, tea ticket tea.
Justice, hope, equality.
Waterproof, dry tavern drink.
Bed club, hydro, hurricane.
Friendly, loving, Valentine.
DeWitt, DeLow, DeKalb, Divine.
Odd, peculiar, boring, bland. Salt Lake, Fruit Hill, Sugarland.
Chicken, Ducktown, Buzzard Bend.
Chili, Center, Gasoline.
Blackjack, Jackpot, Luck, Roulette. Columbus, Fremont, Lafayette. Hygiene, Highlands, Highlandville. Angels Camp, Hill, Devil Hill. Second Mesa, 84. Fossil, Oil Jail, Dinosaur. Rough and Muddy, Cut and Shoe. Cut Big, Cut Off, Full Cup, Clue. Sunny Daisy, Daisy Town. Sunshine, Morning Sun, Sundown. Carsbrook, Chevy Chase, Tire Hill. Parkerford, Natch, Hudsonville.
Noodle, Cheesequake, Honeybrook.
Dr. Phillips, Captain Cook.
5 Fork, 10 Sleep, 7 Mile.
Chester Depot, Henry Wild.
Waterfall, Good Thunder Hill.
Rainbow City, Sunnyvale.
Zooty, Zenith, Zigzag Zag.
Comfort, Welcome, Pleasant Gap.
Clover, Dover, Smackover, Smock. Big Stone City, Blowing Rock.
Cape May Courthouse, Homestead, Grill.
Crumley, Chapel, Collegeville. Floyd's Knobs, Button Willow, Cranks.
Dollar Bay, Bonanza Banks. Plain Dealing, West due West.
Hay, Tarn, Greasewood, Corncrest Crest.
Moon Run, Cloud Cloft, Skyway Star.
Gold Beach, Jewel, Diamond Bar,
Bell
Ultra-Town bean station gas.
Homa Sassa, Sassafras.
Common Fence Point, North Pole, Gates.
They're all indeed United States.
Enjoy the country. Have some fun. America's the best.
Roads by Rachel Field.
A road might lead to anywhere, to harbor towns and quays,
Or to a witch's pointing house hidden by bristly trees.
it might lead past the tailor's store, where he sews with needle and thread.
Or by Miss Pin the milliner with her hats for every head.
Or it might be a road to a great dark cave with treasure and gold piled high.
Or a road with a mountain tied to its end, blue hot against the sky.
Oh, a road might lead to anywhere, to Mexico or Maine. But then, it might just fool you. It lead you back home again.
There's a Lady in Galoshes by Jack Perletsky. There's a lady in Galoshes, and her name is Jolly Jane. How she loves to look for lobsters on the rocky coast of Maine. She can find them by the dozen in the sun, in wind, in rain. She's the queen of lobster ladies, and her name is Jolly Jane.
The Gateway Arch in St. Louis, Missouri is 63 stories tall and was completed in 1965. It celebrates the westward expansion of the United States and the pioneers who made it possible.
The Gateway Arch by Diane Seeger.
It stands, the gateway to the west, an arch of steel shining, with sunlight glinting off its crest, its silhouette defining St. Louis and the role it played in settling a nation.
A crossroads and a place of trade, and made the great migration
Of settlers traveling westward bound, with dreams enough to carry them over harsh, unbroken ground, to plain and peak and prairie, and now to honor times gone by and years that lie behind us.
The Gateway Arch, steamy sky, stands proudly to remind us.
The L is a famous train system in the city of Chicago. The name L is short for elevated because many of the train tracks are built high above the streets.
The L by Diane Seeger. Look, right up there, up indeed. No, you're not insane. Please check the facts. Yes, those are tracks. And hey, here comes a train. A train? Well, yes, it's the L.
Go through the turnstile gate. Get on, sit down, and see the town Chicago's sights await.
The train departs, your journey starts, past cityscapes galore.
View after view, there's stuff to do.
Get off the L, explore!
For goodness sake, go see the lake and watch the river run.
And over here is Navy Pier.
With rides and food and fun. Then have a lunch and see Grant Park, where trees and flowers grow.
And over there was Grateful Flat. The fountain steals the show.
And if you snoop around the loop, you'll find the Board of Trade.
As voices rise and money flies, with fortunes lost and
Then move your feet on down the street, past sculptures, restaurants, stores.
While all around, with urban sound, the city rants and roars.
and the line. On Wagner Drive, Sears Tower scrapes the sky.
With windows, floors, and corridors, a quarter-mile high. Not tired yet?
Want more? You bet. Just head back on the L. We a seat and rest your feet.
Sit back and ride a spell.
Choo choo!
In Bemidji, Minnesota by Jack Krolewski. In Bemidji, Minnesota, Ida saw upon the ice,
Fishing on a frosty morning, and she shivered once or twice.
just to catch a fish for supper was her single silent wish.
In Bemidji, Minnesota, Ida caught a frozen fish. Mount Rushmore is a giant stone park in the Black Hills of South Dakota. It shows faces of 4 presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt. Mount Rushmore by Diane Seaver. A distant dream, a complex plan, a work in granite carved by man.
A piece of art, its presence fills this corner of the great Black Hills.
4 faces on the mountainside. It speaks of patriotic pride.
A tribute, silent and immense, to 4 distinguished presidents. Recall their names and what they've done.
The leadership of Washington.
The insights Jefferson revealed.
Abe Lincoln's Union, torn then healed. The lands preserved by Roosevelt. The impact of their lives still felt.
By each of us who celebrates
Our life in these United States.
I went to Cheyenne by Jack Krolewski. I went to Cheyenne
For a day and a half.
to ride a wild pony, to rope a wild cat.
The pony bucked hard. I did not stand a chance.
And soon landed down on the seat of my pants. That pony laughed, laughed as I sat in the dirt.
Not one bit impressed by my fine cowboy shirt. The calf ran away when the roundup began. And that's what went on
When I went to Cheyenne! In La Jolla, California by Jack Krolewski.
In La Jolla, California, Susu sat upon the stand, watching with a sense of wonder how the water washed the land.
Susu saw above the ocean pelicans and graceful flight. In La Jolla, California, Susu laughed with great delight. Our last third grade poem is Wait for Me, Ohio State. Daddy says I may play for Ohio State when I'm bigger and tough. And I'll have my own helmet and football and stuff. But first I have to eat all the veggies on my plate. And brush my teeth and not stay up late. 'Cause if I want to play for Daddy's school, I have to learn to go by rules. When I go to sleep tonight, I'll dream my favorite dream. That the coach want me on his team. And the crowd of people will jump all around and yell, "Go Bucks!" when I make a touchdown. O-H-I-O, Ohio! Some people I know by Jack Krolewski.
Some people I know like to chatter,
While others speak hardly a word. Shh. Some think there is nothing the matter with being completely absurd. Some are impossible
impossibly serious, while others are absolute fun. Some are reserved and mysterious,
While others shine bright as the sun.
some people I know appear sour,
But many seem pleasant and sweet. Some have the grace of a flower,
while others trip over their feet.
some are as still as a steeple, while others need to fidget and fuss. Yet every last one of these people is somehow exactly like us.
Nobody by Cheryl Silverstein.
Nobody loves me. Nobody cares. Nobody picks me peaches and pears.
Nobody offers me candy and cokes. Nobody listens and laughs at my jokes. Nobody helps me when I get into a fight. Nobody does all my homework at night.
Nobody misses me. Nobody cries.
Nobody thinks I'm a wonderful guy.
So if you ask me, who's my best friend?
In a whiz, I'll stand up and tell you nobody is. But yesterday night, I got quite a scare. I woke up and nobody just wasn't there.
I called out and reached for nobody's hand in the darkness where nobody usually stands. Then I poked through the house in each cranny and nook, but I found somebody in each place I looked.
I searched till I'm tired, and now with the dawn, there's no doubt about it.
Nobody's gone!
I wandered lonely as a cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils.
Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in a never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance.
The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company.
I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacance or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Santana Moved Away by Judith V. Yorks. The tires on my bike are scratched, the sky is grouchy gray. At least it sure feels like that. Santana moved away. Chocolate ice cream tastes like prunes. December's come to stay. They've taken back the May and June since Hannah moved away. Flowers smell like halibut. Velvet feels like hay. Every handsome dog's a mutt since Hannah moved away. Nothing's fun to laugh about. Nothing's fun to play. They call me, but I won't come out since Hannah moved away. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout by Cheryl Silverstein.
Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out.
She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams.
And though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out.
velvet tiles up to the ceilings, coffee grounds, potato peelings,
Brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese.
It found the cat, it covered the floor, it cracked the windows, it locked the door. Bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones.
Broom pits, peach pits, orange peel, blobby globs of cold oatmeal.
Pizza crust and weird wheats, soggy beans and tangerines.
Crust of blackburn butter toast and gristly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled down the hall and raised the roof and broke the walls.
Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum.
Cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni. Peanut butter caked and dry, kernels melted crust of pie.
Moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard.
Cold French fries, rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat.
At last, the garbage reached so high that finally it touched the sky. And all were neighbors moved away, and none of her friends would come to play.
And finally, Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout said, I'll take the garbage. Across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate. And there in the garbage she did hate, poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate, because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout. And always take the garbage out!
What If by Shel Silverstein.
Last night, while I lay thinking here, some what if called inside my ear. They pranced and partied all night long and sang their same old what if songs. What if I'm done in school? What if they've closed the swimming pool?
What if I get beat up? What if there's poison in my cup? What if I start to cry?
What if I get sick and die?
What if I flunk the test? What if green hair grows on my chest?
What if
Nobody likes me.
What if a bolt of lightning strikes me?
What if I don't grow taller? What if my head starts getting smaller? What if the fish won't bite?
What if the wind tears up my kite?
What if they start a war? What if my parents get divorced?
What if the bus is late?
What if my teeth don't grow in straight?
What if I tear my pants? What if I never learn to dance?
Everything seems well, and then the nighttime waves strike again!
Very Early by Carla Cuskin. When I wake in the early mist, the sun has hardly shone, and everything is still asleep, and I'm awake alone.
The stars are faint and flickering. The sun is new and shot, and all the world sleeps quietly except the sun and I.
And then the noises start, the whirs and huffs and hums. A bird peeps out to find a worm. The mice squeak out for crumbs. The cat moves out to find the cow and taste the morning air. And everything is wide awake and running everywhere. The dew has dried, fields are warm, the day is loud and bright, and I'm the one who woke the sun and kissed the stars goodnight. The Question by Carla Cuskin.
People always say to me, what do you think you'd like to be when you grow up? And I say, why, I think I'd like to be the sky, or a plane, or a train, or a mouse,
Or maybe be a haunted house. Or something furry, rough and wild.
Or maybe I will stay a child.
My favorite word by Lucia and James Himes. There is one word, my favorite, the very, very best.
It isn't no or maybe.
It's yes!
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yes, yes you may.
And yes, of course.
And yes, please help yourself.
And when I want a piece of cake,
Why yes, it's on the shelf.
some candy, yes!
And cookies?
Yes! A movie, yes, we'll go! I love it when they say my word. Yes! Yeah!
Yes!
Not no.
Me I am
By Jack Prelusky. I am the only me I am who qualifies as me. No me I am has been before and none will ever be. No other me I am can feel the feelings I within. No other me I am can fit precisely in my skin. There is no other me I am who thinks the thoughts I do. The world contains one me I am this earth shall ever see. That me I always am, is no one else but me.
That could be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then it makes no difference what